how to master and win the game of productivity by working as less as possible but getting the most ROI. Business game starts from yourself, realizing that you're a dumbass and you need to learn to work first, then to become rich. That's exactly what we're gonna do today, using 5 rules I've used to 4x my productivity in 1 year. I'm living proof that it works. I'm gonna give it to you. Not 4x, but 2x. It in as less time as possible. Just lock in for this full guide, bro. I'm gonna cover all points you need, absolutely, like time management, procrastination, focus, everything. Everything's gonna be covered, bro. You just have to watch this video till the end. Put it into X speed if you think you can't watch this till the end. So let's put a goal first. Before we even make some money, we need to learn to work first before we get rich. No one gets lucky and wins some lottery tickets or something like that. No one posts one video and it gets viral. It gets with skills. We need to learn to get work done with as less time as possible, like being as efficient as possible. That's the goal of productivity, bro. Like you have 2 hours a day to win the game of productivity. We need to get the edge over our ops, over our competition. 99% of peers, our teens who also have some free time, who also makes content, they have a lot of free time. Some guys are 16 years old, they're alone in the room for 24/7. Parents provide for them. They don't go to school, they don't train, they just post videos. They just post viral IGs, TikToks. How do we get edge over them? You need to have a full setup life when you're covering all sections of your life. You're working on your physique, you're working on your business for sure, you're working on your hobbies, you're living a fulfilled life, and you're getting work done with as less time as possible. You're being efficient. Okay, to achieve that, let's talk about focus. If you want a specific personal result, just click on the link below. It's just single tasking. It's as simple as that, bro. Focus is the ability to concentrate on a singular task for as much as possible without getting distracted. Simplified, focus is single tasking. Genuinely, you take one task and if you just do it singularly at one time, you're focused. If you allow yourself to sit down with one shit and completely channel all of your energy, that means you're focused. You don't need no videos about how to concentrate. You don't need videos about how to lock in. That's it. I've told you. You just have to single task. Why focus even matters? You're gonna tell me, oh bro, it's just single tasking, but why does it fucking matter? I can multitask and get even more done. First of all, focus works as a multiplier. It's not that you're focused or not, it's how focused you are on a scale from 1 to 10. If you're learning to work deeply, which is also a part of focus, if you know how to enter a flow state all the time, you have more units of focus. Let's talk about how units of focus works. Let's take 3 guys. They all have the same units of time. 10 units of time, which is the maximum number. 24 hours on the clock, bro. 10 units of focus is the maximum number. 0 is minimal. So first guy has 2 units of focus. In the result, remember, focus is a multiplier. He has 20 units of productivity, which is barely the bottom. He just learned the concept. He's starting. The next guy has 4 units of focus, which adds up to 40 units of productivity. That's already 2 times more than the first guy. He just learned how to work deeply. He just learned that he needs to do task that actually moves the needle. And he's already 2 times more focused. Third guy has 10 units of focus, which is 100 units of productivity, maximum number. He's maxed out the leverage point. Leverage point is the discrepancy between what you put and what you get out. His input is the same as first and second guy, but his outcome is 5 times more than the first guy, 2.5 times more than the second guy. That's the edge, bro. How to get that? Deep work is when you do that hard, demanding, creative task that cannot be delegated and needs to be done by you. And it actually moves the needle. That task, you always postponed. You know it's fucking hard, but you delayed it. You're always doing some comfortable tasks. You're always doing things that pleasurable, that can be done right now. But there's that complicated, hard shit you know you have to do. But you always get lazy. You always postpone it. I don't need it anymore. Bro, that thing will get you to success. Not fucking editing videos 100 times. It's recording that video. It's recording that unique video when you provide value. When you get a good script. When you're breaking out of the rules and you're making some different video that will actually go viral. And you'll get 10,000 views. 10 will book a call with you or buy your product that you're linked in the description below. You have money. First money online. Just because you did deep work. Just because you know how to focus. Use single task on deep work. And flow state is the state when you lose the sense of time, when you're completely drowned into one task. Process is more important. The creation is more important than the destination itself. You always had that. When you were playing video games, you just enter the first game and it's 5 hours flying by. You've been absolutely dialed in. That's when you're accomplishing some mission and there's a process, smooth process. That's flow state. When I'm recording videos, I'm in a flow. I don't think about time. I don't think about nothing. The hardest step to achieve that is first 5 minutes. Let's move on to the next section. Procrastination. By the way, that paper is not related. It's just cool in the background. I need some water, bro. Let's talk about shit you always fall into. First of all, we need to identify how you procrastinate and then how to fix it. All the time, you fall into one type of procrastination. There are 6 types of procrastination, but there's only one you fall into that is genuinely creating you 80% of like friction. 20% is others that I'm talking about in this video if I clip it, but you can look at it on my channel. Imagine you're a girl, virgin, and you get your first boyfriend. You're like 16 or 17. He's an absolute creep, fucking douchebag, fucking absolute horrible person. She doesn't know what a good boyfriend looks like. She just knows her first guy, like that is absolutely abusive, toxic as hell. So she gets a trauma for the rest of her life. Every single time she sees a slightest trigger, a slightest sign of that first guy in the next guys. Like the next guy can be absolutely like handsome, masculine, like caring, but she sees a slightest trigger. She does that one thing similar to the first guy and she gets a trigger. She remembers the trauma, anxiety, stress, and so she leaves him. Every single time with the next guy, she does the same thing. She sees the slightest sign. She's overthinking, even though the guy doesn't have that sign. She'll link it to the past guy. Why am I talking about that? You think all work is hard. Every single time you did some errand, task, project, you had some deadline. You associate it with hardness. You have some task tomorrow that is fucking important, but you overcome it. Why? Because you think it's hard. Your brain gets triggered because it hasn't seen a good work. It hasn't seen effortless work. It doesn't know it can be pleasurable. Your brain knows pain and suffering. And so it gets triggered. And so every single time you think about doing something, every single time you plan your work, you have a to-do list, it seems hard. Because it is for your brain. It doesn't have no alternatives. If you want to remove friction and work every single time you plan to work, imagine that's a fucking cheat code. Like, if you just learn how to focus, how to do deep work every single time, and how to not avoid it, how to not procrastinate on it, you've basically solved productivity game. Like, I'm learning this shit, I'm reading books, I'm watching videos, I'm experimenting on myself for over a year. Like, this shit is fucking cheat code. I haven't seen it nowhere on YouTube. Like, that's just my experience. I'm doing hobbies, I'm doing everything. Like, I'm basically having a busy life, fulfilled, happy, purposeful life. That's all I can give you with working with me. Shameless plug. But let's talk about procrastination. Procrastination of anticipation. That's the type I'm talking about. When foreseen hardness is so high, you can't start the work. You're overwhelmed. We need to do 2 things here. Eat an elephant by a piece, use 5-minute rule. First one is cliche as fuck, but it works all the fucking time. You need to break the thing into logical steps. You have to write a script and record a video. But what is it actually? Just open a laptop. Just open Notion or some note app. Write the title or write the topic. What's next? Just write the bullet list. Like, what do you want to talk about? When I was scripting this video, it's right here. I told myself, this is unscripted. You know all the points. Refer to your product in each section. I wrote it to myself. And I had points like focus, procrastination, time management, consistency, like lifestyle, essentialism. That's my points I'm going to talk about. I haven't wrote no script. Your next step is to just pull out your phone. Choose some background in your room and just press record. When you're running, you just have to get up from your bed. You just have to put one sock, another sock, headphones, sneakers. Get out of your fucking house. When you break it down into logical steps, it becomes fucking easy. Like, I swear to God. It's just so easy for your brain to do one step instead of 100, instead of that huge fucking task you have in your brain. All the procrastination is in the first part. Like when you're starting the work, when you're thinking of starting the work. That's when you procrastinate, right? You don't procrastinate in the middle of the fucking task. Like, I don't procrastinate now. When I'm already talking for 10 minutes, use 5-minute rule. When you're about to start your work, put a timer on 5 minutes. You don't want to work, I don't fucking care. You don't feel right, I don't fucking care. You just put a timer, you force yourself to work, you open your laptop, you start doing some task. When the 5 minutes are gone, you ask yourself, do you want to continue or not? In 99% of cases, you will continue working. Let's move to time management. You need to systemize your day. Be like a fucking AI. You need to remove friction in almost every single part of your life. You need to make it as transparent as possible. Bro, remember our goal. Work with as less time as possible to get as maximum result as possible. I know you, bro. Like, you have so many things to do. You have so many things on your plan. Your day is packed. Your day is busy. But real results come when you know what to do. And there are few important tasks in your day. I praise the guy that doesn't have like a 10 or 15 things on his to-do list, but just 5. And 2 of them is work, like 2 blocks of work. Plan tomorrow, today in the evening. Every single time you go to bed, you will write what you have to do tomorrow. As simple as that, bro. Every single block. You wake up 7 a.m., you do that after that, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. you go to school, 2 p.m. you go to the gym, 3:30 lunch, 4 start your work, etc., etc. Plan by minutes. And you need to plan your day by priorities. You have priorities. Most important thing, just important thing, moderately important thing, not important thing, just for fun, just for hobbies. I've laid out to you my day. My first priority is business, like making money, just creating videos. Next thing is just important, like physics. So I'm going to the gym. I come home. What's next important thing? I work again. That's another actionable step. You have to have 2 blocks per day. You don't need to work all day. That's fucking bullshit. Just work for 2 to 3 hours a day with maximum leverage. We've talked about it. First block is deep work. We've talked about it. Task that moves the needle. Next is shallow work. Everything besides that. You have to maintain your business. You have to edit videos, upload videos, make thumbnails for videos, etc., etc. And then I can move on to not so much important things, but just walking, but just socializing, running, eating, watching movies, reading, like all of this stuff. The main thing you have to do, systemize your day. Your day goes by priorities, like a pyramid. Most important, not so much important, slightly important, not important. Just for you, your hobbies, etc., etc. Your day goes by a pyramid. Biggest blocks, lesser blocks, and like small things you have to do. You offload yourself by the evening. Let's move on to consistency. That's probably the most important part. You can master the focus. You can master the art of time management. You can plan your day by minutes, by fucking seconds. But it doesn't matter if you do that for a week. It doesn't matter if you burn out in the next 3 months. Consistency is fucking everything. This is boring as fuck, but when I'm recording videos for 1.5 years, by going to the gym for more than 3 years, I've realized that consistency is fucking everything. I'm not that thrilled to go to the gym, but I know that it's part of my life, it's part of my routine. I just go there. I'm just consistent in it. It became so usual. So I don't get so much emotions, dopamine, just part of my life now. That's why I'm getting gains. That's why I'm getting more and more jacked with every single fucking day. It's not that I'm motivated. It's not that I'm disciplined. It's just routine. It's not that fun. Although it brings me some fun when I go to the gym with some music, I smash PRs, but it's regularity that brings me results. Like, the main point is routine makes hard things easier. Basically, going to the gym for me is like a base instinct. We need to talk about it. You need to turn your work into a base instinct. What is it? I've developed a base instinct, a survival need to go to the gym by years of showing up, by years of doing that at the same time. My base instinct is working. Like going to the gym, jerking off, bro. You've done it so many times. It's ingrained in your DNA. Like LeBron James, like Steph Curry, like they've been playing basketball for 20 or 30 years plus. It's their base instinct to throw a 3-pointer. They've been doing it so consistently. So it's not fucking hard for them. Like imagine, part of your nature is working. Part of your nature is showing up and working on your physique. How do we do that? Repetition. Like, do you know how to form a habit? Bioscience tells you that you need to do the thing for 21 days. With base instinct, you need to do the thing for 60 or plus days. You need to do one task at the same time at the same place. That's all. What's the task? Recording videos, scripting videos. Time. Right as I wake up. That's right. I have a gap of 30 minutes. Getting into myself, like showering, I'm straight recording or scripting videos. Place. My room. That's fucking easy, bro. You don't have to complicate nothing. Stick to that routine for 60 days. And first of all, you can think about, oh bro, I'll do so much. I'll work 3 hours a day, then 5 hours. Stop that bullshit. That's why you're not productive and I am. I didn't care about volume first. I just showed up. I just proved myself that I can wake up and I can work every single day. And then I started adding volume. Then I started doing as much as possible. Then I started grinding. Bro, just show up. Your main goal is to show up. Like for runners, when they start running, you don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to make your PR. You just need to show up. Basically throw sneakers on your shoes and just go out. That's your plank, bro. You will increase it later. Everything sounds simple as fuck, but that's what I've come up to. Like 2 years of learning. There are details to it. There are specific actionable steps. You can check out in the link below. It's never been easier. We're coming to the most important thing because without essentialism, you can forget everything. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Literally, 50% of your day, 12 hours, you basically throw in a fucking trash bin. But your habits, your actions are bullshit. Half of them are not related to your goals. I can be lying, but 70 or 80% of your day are not related to your goals. Imagine all of your day practically goes to nowhere. Like, you're doing maintenance. You're living just to live. Bro, essentialists, they live a meaningful fucking life. YouTubers that you see, why they popped off? They do things that actually matter to them. You have priorities, you have goals. You have clear problems in your life. You have clear, like, pain points you have to solve right now. What would a sane, purposeful man do? fucking strive to them. Strive to them every single day. That sounds like obvious as hell, bro. Sounds like I'm just reading you a dictionary from ChatGPT. But every single second of your day should be moving you towards the goal. How is that? You don't need to work for 24/7, but you need to do actions that lead you to getting towards your goal. It is not only work. It is health, wealth, relationships, hobbies. It's all of that. Like, if you go to the gym, it's also moving you towards the goal. If you're making videos, it's directly moving you to the goal. If you're reading books, if you're watching movies related to the thing, if you're walking with podcast, if you're going out with your friends and you discuss ideas, if you're socializing and you're cold approaching girls, you're increasing social skills. If you're hiking, you're increasing your stamina, cardio, aerobic base, you're running. Bro, all of that is work. All of that is moving you to the goal. If you do it as much as possible, all of your day is meaningful. Why it matters? Because right now, all you do to achieve your goals is do shallow work for 1 hour a day. And now you work 3 hours a day deeply. You go to the gym, you hike, you walk, you read books. You're genuinely 4 times more productive than your past self. Cut out unimportant things in your life. It's not about adding healthy things. It's about removing things that you actually don't need. And then your brain will be bored and it will add things that actually matter. It will happen automatically. But your action step right now is to cut out bullshit. Just remove things that don't move you towards the goal. When you're living in a bubble, when you just do things that are meaningful to you, that's the pinnacle of healthy life of a teen, bro. Like, you don't need to grind for 24/7. You don't need to have fun for 24/7. You don't need to live your youth. You don't need to live your day as if it's the last day. Go and gooning for 10 times or just stalking some girl or, jumping from a parachute. Bro, you don't need to live a life. When you just pursue your goals, you do hobbies, you socialize, you don't care, you have rest days, you have work days. Just, when you have a freedom, when you're doing it all, when you're pursuing sports professionally, and with all of that combined, like, you already live a fulfilled life. And on top of that, you start working on your business. You start building your financial base. Like, that's an actual productive life. If you thought that grinding is productive, this one is fulfilling. I'm not gonna make you millions. I'm not gonna make you 10K a month right now, first month. I'm just guaranteeing you that you're gonna live a fulfilled life when you're gonna know all tactics on how to work with as less time as possible, but getting as much done as possible with pursuing your hobbies and everything. I've just come from a 2-day trip when I've climbed a technical peak using gear and stuff just after I ran a half marathon, and I've run my PR. 140, sub 140. I've run with a pace for 40 minutes per kilometer. My dream was 5 minutes per K. I'm living my dream right now. I don't have to wait for results, wait for 10K a month and pray I get there. I have this lifestyle right now. Lifestyle matters more than material outcome. So, with all of that, I promise you I can give you that. In the link below, book a call with me.